guys, it's Shauna from Heritage Creations Cut Flowers. It's the beginning of February and I thought I'd just take you on a little tour, walk around. We're going to see the lower garden, the upper garden, and then just some of the other various things we've got planted around, see what's growing. You never know what you'll find around here. We have things stuffed in every little corner. We have 5 acres, but obviously it's not all for cut flowers. We've got chickens, we've got the horse, the donkey, all the things. So we just try to stuff things wherever we can, and that's what we're doing. So I'm just going to take you around and show you what we've got going on. So out here in the hoop house, which is safe because my soil blocks won't get rained on, and it does get a cross breeze because I have that other window down over there, but it won't get too breezy, like my trays won't fly away. And this is a great place right now when it's cooler for my seedlings to harden off. Sometimes in the summer it's not so great because it gets too hot in here. But I do have my straw flower, my statice, and my dianthus hardening off out here. They're just too small right now to plant out yet. As you can tell, I have not had good germination. I'm working on that. This is my purple dianthus right here. This is my statice. Had great germination on my peach straw flower, so yay for that. This is my other statice. This is hysterical. This is my Joe Pye weed, one out of all this, so that's pretty funny. This is my King Mix statice, not so great. And this is my Rudbeckia, terrible. But that said, this is old Rudbeckia seed, so I will say that. Trying to give myself a little bit of break on that. Okay, here is the February garden. These are all of my ladies' mantle. Planted these in the spring. They're looking pretty good. Some of them are looking real good. Look how big this one is. Planted that as a little guy. These up here don't look as good, but these are an add-on. They're all still alive though. And there's really not much here till you get to about here. There's some echinacea in there, but it's all dead. I mean, it's supposed to be. And then the phlox, all kind of looks like that. So we've got phlox in there, again covered because of the bunnies. And then this is all ranunculus. That's looking really good. This is anemone, which I just figured out is being eaten by the bunnies. This empty row that looks empty, this is going to be our dahlia row. This is our eucalyptus row. We were trying to see what eucalyptus we could overwinter. It was looking really good until the cold. There's a few dead, there's a few alive, which is fine because I have several that I started back in the fall. So that's fine. And then over here, this row, see, this is what my echinacea looks like right now. That's fine. And then down there was baptisia. We'll see if it comes back. And then I do have an empty row here. And then over here, I just have a few. These are a few bread seed poppy that I planted from my seed that I saved. So those are actually looking decent. Yarrow, I started. This is all Colorado mix. Maybe some pastel too. And then this is Peter Cottontail. Yarrow. This is where the bunnies really ate it. But I see a lot popping up. So hopeful for that. And then this is all of the Lisianthus we've planted up through here. And then Ami that was direct seeded. This is the Bachelor Buttons that was direct seeded. And then this is the Scoop Scabiosa that we just planted from Farmer Bailey. Lisianthus was from Farmer Bailey as well. I find it quite interesting. We're having a lot of bunny pressure. By the way, they do not like Bachelor Buttons. They do not like the Ami. Ami's looking really good. I'm not giving them a chance to decide if they like the Scoop Scabiosa. I have not gotten any more of my netting yet. It is a giant pain, but what I'm doing here is taking on and off the row cover. So row cover comes off during the day because the bunnies only eat at night around here, and put the row cover up at night. I did order some more row cover, and these are my baby Lisianthus. They got covered, not giving the bunnies a chance to decide if they like these either. So they got covered. They definitely liked the Peter Cottontail Phlox. They ate that up, so that got covered. This row was covered. It had Baptisia. They really liked the Baptisia, but the Baptisia is no longer, so that got taken down. And then that other row that you see over there, that is Phlox. They really liked the Phlox, so that got covered. And they also like Ranunculus. And that short little row over there, you probably can't see it, next to the Phlox, right there, is Ranunculus. I have not covered any of this at all. These are mums, heirloom mums. Have not covered this at all. This is really doing fabulous. So yes, these have perennialized quite well. And this, we were going to put our peonies here, and then we decided that it was staying a little bit too wet for peonies, and so now we've changed our mind. This, I think we're going to put in some woodies over here in the fall. We just have to decide which ones, like 9 bark. I really want some smoke bush. I think that would sell well. So we'll see. I don't know. This is my piddly little garden for us. Still going to do that. Taking you all on my walkabout, and I don't know, I'm trying to decide if bunnies are eating these or if it was just the cold, because some of these are coming back, like right there, and so what is that about? I don't know. So this is my Campanula, white Campanula. Again, I don't know if I'm a good Campanula grower or not, but we shall see. This is a trial. See some of them? Anyway, this is Campanula right here. And then we move on into, these are really hard to see. These are the most recent Snapdragons right there. They have really dark leaves, so they're hard to see. These are from Farmer Bailey. We have these, garlic. And then we have more Snapdragons, same ones. But this is funny, let me show you. Well, I think it's just down here. See the little green? Well, this wasn't here when we planted the Snapdragons, but I had direct seeded Orlea here, and none of it had popped up, but now it's all popping up. So I guess this will be some Snapdragons and Orlea over here. These are all Farmer Bailey snapdragons that I put in the fall. So a whole row of those, and they're looking rather good. So that's awesome. And then this is the Godicia that I just planted out today, and we've got some big ones and some small ones. This is basically what they all look like, big and small, tiny, all the things. But I just planted these out today. It doesn't go to the whole row, but almost to the whole row. Then we have this empty row, and then this row this is all larkspur. That needs to be thinned, but I'm not about to thin it yet because of bunnies and cold weather and all the things. And then, what is this? Then we have some Nigella. And then this is all my Bupleurum. Not about to thin that yet either. And then we have Bells of Ireland. And then we have Super Pitiful, my snapdragons that I started looking oh so pitiful. Definitely not like the ones I purchased. And as we've discussed in the past, you know, I probably shouldn't start snapdragons anymore. I should just purchase them. And then my Dianthus, that's looking good. Just wish I had more. Again, it didn't start very well, just like now I haven't started it very well. And then this is just the status that I have, and all of this is Scabiosa, just regular old Scabiosa that I started. And then this is all the Feverfew. I'm really not too worried about the yellow leaves. Usually my Feverfew kind of looks like this, but then once it starts taking off, it's fine. Not too worried about that. Here's a few more of my little snapdragons that I stuck in over here. And this is our peony field. Can't you see all the peonies? Don't they look good? Okay, so they're babies. And they started growing right before all the cold weather hit. But I don't think the cold weather, I mean, there's a little black on some of them, but look at that one. See? So I think it's okay. I think they're okay. There's lots of growth on these peonies, and we wouldn't have cut from them this year anyway. Peonies is really a 3-year crop, meaning you plant them first year, foliage mostly. Second year, you might be able to cut a couple stems. Third year, you can usually cut all you want. So you have to be super patient on your peonies. So we've got that. That's pretty much it going on around here. Also, look, I do have some hellebores coming up. Look how pretty these are. So I do have that. This one's really pretty. This one's going to have a bunch of blooms on it over here. Can't wait for that. And then I do finally see a few of my daffodils, my narcissus coming up. There's a couple. There's one. Look at them all. I finally see some popping up. I was thinking maybe I don't know, planted them too deep or something. This is my little baby limelight. Planted them all in between my baby limelights over here that I propagated. Baby limelight that somebody ate. I'm telling you what, these bunnies are about to kill me. A whole bunch here. Oh, this makes me feel better. I was thinking they weren't coming up. A little baby limelight right there. and more coming up. So that looks good. And then we also planted, right there you see some yarrow I've got going over there. That's perennialized. Here are some more hellebores. So some of the things we've just tried to stick in like around our tree, and some for landscaping, but also that we can cut off of. All right, this is the upper garden, and this is where we're gonna have more zinnias and sunflowers and that kind of thing. So I'm saving these rows, but the only thing I have here, these are actually last year's anemones, which I have one flowering already. And then I was trying to see how many would come back, so that's all last year's. And then this is what I planted this year, this year's anemones. I don't see much bunny damage, although something's doing something down here because we don't have a lot going on. But all right, this doesn't look as bad as what is out in the, so basically we call this area, this is the lower garden. Right down here, that's where I just was showing you all the things. And then this is the upper garden. There's the farm stand where we sell the bouquets from. And this one is right behind the farm stand. And we've got some things over here as well. We've got some few hellebores planted over here, as you can see. Some that have started blooming. Pretty that one is. Just need to get the stems a little bit taller. And then these are really looking good. I think these are so pretty. These. And they're upward facing, which is great because a lot of hellebores like to kind of be a little bit, a lot of hellebores like to be a little bit droopy. So these look really nice. And then back tucked in this little corner, this is back by the workshop, seed starting station, propane tank. Can you see? Little tiny sea hollies. And they keep getting covered by the leaves. So I have to keep coming over here and uncovering them. But they're all still basically alive. I do have a couple. I have 3 in the hoop house in case I need to replace any of these sea hollies. Sea hollies are, which I think I had one here and it's dead, so I might have to put one there. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out here. I planted a 9 bark over there that I had propagated. So I'm trying to use every little inch of the property to get in what we can. And the sea holly will look great. It'll take full sun. It can be hot back here, but yet I can cut stems off of it. It's a win-win. We have a lot of, as you can tell, this is Trilobo rudbeckia that just self-seeds. I do a lot of my planters here that I've started seed for, And I try to do a lot of pollinator stuff in pots over here and a little bit out front there. And I'm trying to figure out where I want to put my pollinator. I want to do like a for real pollinator area. But the birds love this triloba. And I see then the things I plant in the pots are really for pollinators. So try to make this a little pollinator area, but I want to do another like for real perennial kind of pollinator area. But this is the side of the house over here. As you go in the side door right here, and then this is the door to the workshop that goes into the seed starting station. And I do the same thing over here. There are some hellebores over here. I've got some foxglove. There's a limelight right there that I cut off of, but I've got some things going over here too. And then that's where you see me a lot when I'm potting up things and that kind of thing. We come back here. I know, garbage, whatnot. And then back here to the hoop house. So that was your little tour. Hey, Ghost. What's the ghost doing? I can't reach you. I'll get shocked. The geese have arrived. You're supposed to scare them off, Gulls. You're supposed to scare those geese off. What do you think about that? You don't know? Go get those old geezers.